Hirst Brothers.
Somebody say Hirst.
Juicy music coming your way.
Hiding this new music in your DM daily.
Me them Hirst Brothers.
New music review.
All right.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, that's the intro. Levels were good and everything for you?
Yeah, that's awesome, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So, welcome everybody. We are on episode 11 of the Hirst Brothers new music review. And today, it's not just the Hirst Brothers. We've got a great friend of ours. What's up, Adam?
How's it going, boys? Thanks for having me.
It's going. Mark's here too. It's just being quiet.
Yeah. Just a little timid today.
Are you a little on edge?
No, yeah, a little edgy.
Adam, what have you been up to lately musically?
Musically, not a whole ton, to be honest with you. With work and just crazy dog, this golden Labrador puppy that is just ruling my existence. Not a lot of music has been happening. I spent a lot of time drywalling. We're, finishing our basement in my parents' house.
Nice.
So doing a lot of that. We've got,
gonna have a drum
the
room.
main big room finished, got the drywall, the boards up, and now it's just mudding and taping time in there. And so that's been, I've been spending a lot of my time. So music's not really been happening too much.
Yeah. Are you going to put a drum room in the basement?
Yeah, I do have a little room that's a bit of a storage room that kind of was already finished when we got the house, and and has the drums in there. So I do have a little drum room in there that I can have a knock if I want. But like I said, it's just not really been happening too much recently.
Yeah.
But lots of mixing and editing and things like that. Playing around with my Teddy's Atlas stuff, and just practicing that and getting better at that.
Teddy.
Yeah,
Teddy's Atlas.
Shout out to Teddy's Atlas. What's Teddy's Atlas up to right now? What's the next move? You guys just dropped your album not long ago.
Yeah, we did, and that's been starting to show up on a few different playlists and things like that. Ontario punk playlists and skate punk playlists, which is cool. And actually, something really funny happened the other day. Is there's this guy from Brantford who he just has an Instagram page that's like bad drawings by. I'll look it up, but he basically he just does these like good but in a bad bad in a good way drawings of bands and friends and stuff like that. And he just did one of us, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I couldn't believe it, but you can see that on the Teddy's Atlas Instagram page for sure. Check that out and check his page out, because he does some like pretty adorable drawings on there.
Nice. Sometimes those are tasteful.
Yeah, we're planning records and things like that. Planning the next recording session.
Nice.
Me drumming here remotely, most likely, and then sending my tracks down to GTA for the guys to do that stuff.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah, that's sweet. Mark and I have been working on our upcoming EP for months, like basically since the summer. It's a slow grind right now, but I just started goofing around the other night on the guitar, and I got some really cool sounds. So yeah, slowly chipping away at things.
I just saw a video of when you just like get into a rabbit hole on YouTube. But I saw this one of like someone in New York living in like a 78 square foot apartment, like smaller than this room, and the guy, he's talking, he's like, yeah, I'm an architect and I work from home. And it's like, then why would you live like downtown New York? You can do your job from literally anywhere and not have to live in 78 square feet.
Become a van lifer.
So, start an Instagram page.
Tell ya. Talking about going through a YouTube rabbit hole, I've gone down that van life rabbit hole numerous times, and goddamn, they make it look so glamorous. They make it look so good.
No, it's not.
Like, you build out this beautiful van. I've got everything within 4 feet of me, and like, here's my shower, here's my bathroom, here's my everything. And then they just show all these glorious photos, like looking out over the ocean and like beachside.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's great. Like, You know, I'm sure there's some awesome pros to it.
Yeah.
But can
What
you
about the bit
imagine
where
just
what
pissing
about
rain?
the bit where you carry your turds in a garbage bag across the parking lot to put it in the waste bin? You know, like that's the stuff you don't see on Van Life.
Yeah. Or when you
exactly it.
you get
It's
wrecked.
glamorous, and then reality sinks in, and this is where you're
Yeah.
living, and it's terrible.
If it's full
Exactly.
time, yeah, like I can just imagine even cooking up something that went bad, and then now you've got the shits and you're in this little fucking trailer shitting every 20 minutes.
No,
Exactly.
That's where you
one
go to the
Taco
local
Bell and it's all
McDonald's.
over.
Yeah, you run that thing through the Taco Bell driveway one time, game over. Van life over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Kijiji the next day.
There is actually
non-smoking.
There's a lot of them turning up on Kijiji and for sale on Auto Trader and shit, because there are a lot of people who have thought it was super glamorous, bought the van, built it out, spent like a month or two or maybe even a year in it, and then just thought, okay, this isn't sustainable long term.
Yeah, especially when you wake up in January with an icicle hanging from your nose.
Yeah.
No, I did not think this one out. I thought about it so there's this movie, and it was a garbage movie called Flatliners.
Yeah, I think I've seen that movie. Is that where they die
we watched
and like
on an airplane?
Oh,
it was a subpar
resuscitate
airplane
each other?
movie. Yeah, it's all these like medical residency students, and then they like kill each other, bring each other back to life, and then they're supposed to be in this like euphoria, but then they all start dying. Spoiler alert if anyone wants to watch Flatliners, but it's trash, so don't watch it anyway. No, but the one guy, so I forget where they were. They're like on the West Coast somewhere, and the one guy lives in a sailboat. And I was like, that's cool.
Oh, man.
And then I kind of thought about it because like I'm training down in the States for like a few years. And I was like, it would be super cool to have some sort of like mobile home. But then the flashback of carrying my fucking turds to the goddamn garbage.
At least that way
And
you
I'm
just
like,
flush them into the ocean or something.
Oh yeah, if I was able to get a sailboat,
Yeah.
and it was like cheaper than renting somewhere, that would be incredible. I would absolutely love that.
That's another rabbit hole I've gone down, is sailing life. It's looks so good. YouTube is just so cool for stuff like that. Like you can just really see so much and learn so much. I follow this guy right now. Actually, shout out to Andrew Masters Music. Have you heard of him, Adam?
No.
Man, you got to check this guy out.
I'm not.
It's so cool. He puts these videos together, and they're like every other week he does every week he does a studio tour, and he's based out of Nashville. And he goes into these home studios and goes through like all the gear that they're using, like the setup, like what kind of platform. And then some of them are like really, really small, like just in someone's bedroom or whatever. And then some of them are dudes that are working full time in Nashville. They had built a separate house. They have like the full control room, vocal booth, like treatment in the whole house. It's just incredible. Those videos are so cool. And then he does gear reviews, I think, every other week and just talks through like different gear and mics and stuff. Wicked channel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Andrew Masters, what a guy. Yeah, shout out
I'll
Andrew.
definitely have to check
I've learned
that
a
out.
lot. Yeah, it's inspired me a lot into making a better room and like why people make those decisions to do certain things, and it's just so cool. Yeah, definitely check him out. Check him out, people.
People. If anyone's listening.
If there's anybody out there. Yeah. How about that guy that get to do all of the shows on the History Channel? You ever watch anything on the History Channel? It's like the same announcer.
Yeah. A rock in the middle of Lot 3? Possibly from the 17th century?
The money
Is that
pit?
the same guy that's like,
I think we've
it never happened. Gotcha. Not true. Urban legend.
Oh man, we love the Curse of Oak Island. It's hilarious. That show is. I've been following it forever, and it is a good show. It's like one of the only ones that shows you some real history of Canada that's extremely interesting. The problem is that in each half an hour show, there's like 5 minutes of good content, and the rest of it is just recaps and the same shit over and over again. Like you could turn fucking 10 seasons of The Curse of Oak Island into like a 6-episode series, and it'd be amazing. But I can't stand the commentator doing exactly what Mark just said. Like, one guy will find something and then he'll go off on the same fucking tangent they always go off. In the swamp? 17th century? Possibly connected to the Knights of Templar? What's that doing in the swamp?
Every time. And like, how many episodes are? If there's 100 episodes, they've relocated the money pit 100 times. And you're like,
we finally have the location of the money pit. And then the next season they find out, oh no, there's nothing down there. Okay. Let's drill again.
Millions of dollars to dig like 2 kilometers down, and they're like, nothing.
It's the amount of money they must spend on that show, like the Laginas.
They're all very wealthy.
Oh man, but that's gotta cost a pretty penny. Like, they built a massive barrier wall to be able to drain a part of the ocean, just hammering those giant sheets in.
Dude, they drain it, and then they're like, it's not there. And then they just let the water go back in.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
They took
all of that was for nothing?
I think a lot of that's just permitting. They just don't, like, they don't have the permits to do it all, long term. It's just, okay, you have a permit, you can drain part of the ocean for 1 year max, and then you have to take it out. So
I wonder if Moses had to get one of those in the Bible for the Red Sea. I guess a stone tablet. You can part the Red Sea, but like only for 20 minutes. And he's like, I got like how many thousands of people are going to get through here? 20 minutes is just not enough.
He parts the sea. It's like, the money pit is relocated.
We've relocated the money pit. Oh man, all I can think of is Jim Carrey and Bruce Almighty doing it with the tomato soup, where he's like, oh my god,
Jim Carrey. There's just something funny about Jim Carrey's face.
Oh, Jim Carrey is hilarious. That guy makes me laugh. You got a mannequin story for us? I was just gonna say,
no, but do you have a taxi with strangers stories for us? Because I think all of us probably have a taxis with strangers story.
Yeah. Oh man. I think the funniest one that we had, I don't know if this is what you were going to say. We've had a number of, maybe not just with a stranger, but the taxi driver's always a stranger, right? So that one time in Las Vegas, remember that, Mark? We got in the car with this Uber driver, and this guy was just so gangster right off the bat. Starts pumping beats, like, I don't even know, telling us about his buddies that got shot. He's just super chatty with all of us. And somehow...
Do you remember where we were going?
Yeah, we were going to Topgolf.
We're going to Topgolf.
At like midnight. Wasted.
Like, yeah, after midnight, totally wasted. Going to Topgolf in Las Vegas.
Yeah. And so it was me, Mark, and our 2 cousins were like, yeah, let's go to Topgolf. So we get in the Uber, and this dude is just scaring the shit out of us, but he's hilarious and crazy. And then somehow my cousin Dave's like, man, do you freestyle? Because they're talking about rap music. And the guy was like, oh yeah, do I ever? And so we park out front of Topgolf, and he puts his beats on. He's like, I got my own beats and everything. Puts his own beats on and starts freestyling like a very obviously written song. It was like, oh, okay.
Not bad though.
Oh yeah, it was cool. It was good too, and the guy was good. But you could tell this was not a freestyle. This wasn't just straight off the top. Like, he had this prepared. He thought, oh, if I'm ever gonna drive some record label people around, I need to be locked and ready to go. So he just went off on us.
Yeah, best part is that I like the beat, and I'm like, yo, John is fantastic at freestyling, and I don't even know why, but you're really good at it. It's a weird talent. And then I was like, John, you gotta go in. So we're talking, and he's like, oh, like, yo, my brother's gonna go in after you. John rips him up, like not making fun of him, but just destroys the guy in a freestyle. It was so much better, and we're all like, oh my god. No, okay. Then if it's on that line, my taxi crazy. I've had I got a stranger puke in the cab or something. But one of the craziest taxi rides I've ever been in was in South Africa, and this guy was taking us up to Table Mountain, and he's like, we can't even understand him. He's going off about how he like loves NASCAR, and he's like, race car driving, vroom vroom, and we're like, what are you talking about, dude? And this guy is like passing people on these dirt roads, like ripping by, and you're like on the edge of a mountain. And it was like, that was one of the most terrified I've ever been in the cab. I thought we were going over the edge for sure.
And we were dancing the whole time, loaded car, just dancing. And this guy is just laughing, howling, talking about zoom, zoom, and going fast and sketchily flying up the edge of a mountain. I was definitely scared. I think I was in the front seat.
Pull out to pass someone, and they'd be like, "Oh, car!" and you like whip back into the right, and it's like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like,
but we got there.
Not what I signed up for.
We got there like, 10 minutes ahead of our other cars, the rest of our family. Time to kill.
Fun. What's good?
Yeah. What about you, Adam? Do you have any wild taxi stories before we jump into taxis with strangers?
Yeah, no, I got one or two. One kind of sticks out. It's not really a taxi, but I was in London, Ontario, to see my friend Chris Turner's band, Ocean's 8 Alaska. They were on tour from the UK, and they were playing at the London Concert Theatre.
Sweet.
Or London Concert Hall, I think it was. And anyway, so, they were opening for some bigger bands. And, so after the show, we met up and we went, for a couple of drinks or whatever. We're on our way back to the venue. And there's this guy, and it's like a tuk-tuk kind of, but instead of like there being a bicycle at the front or like a little, there was just like a bar, and the guy just was in running shoes and running shorts, and he just holds onto his bar and just runs, and you sit in the back, and he just like pulls you wherever you have to go, and no matter how far you go, it was $5 to anywhere.
Oh no.
It was the craziest thing.
Imagine him pulling it up a hill and you're like, I paid for this.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't that far to the venue, so he didn't have to go too far. But it had like LED strip lights in it, and then the best bit is he had speakers in it that you had an aux cable you could plug your beats into, and the best part was it had a microphone, like a megaphone. So you could like, as you were going by, you could just like yell shit. And so, we're going along, and he's just going, "Hey, my band just played, like, come and watch this at London Concert Theatre." Like, just like trying to promote his band while this guy's just like pulling us around. And dude, that guy had speed, serious speed.
Was he jacked?
No, not really. He was probably like 5'7", like probably mid-50s. Like he wasn't even a young guy,
wow.
And he was just like, yeah, he ripped. Yeah.
That guy's underselling himself.
Yeah.
$5.
A modern day horse.
Yeah. Yeah. He was kind of like Forrest Gump, just like could run forever.
That's amazing.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. I wonder if he's still around downtown London.
Oh yeah, he's running.
Yeah. Or if he's had a massive coronary from overexercise.
And for those of you who have not already, check out thehirstbrothers.com, hit our podcast tab. You're going to find the Biscuit leaderboard. Mark, tell them what's on there.
We got all the bands we've ever reviewed right up there. Every biscuit accounted for. You know it. It's up there. And at the end of the year, we're going to have a special little something for the biscuit leader, or end of the year, or like 50th podcast, I think we were saying.
Yeah.
We're going to have a special little something for the biscuit leaderboard winner.
Yeah, just to sweeten the deal a little bit.
A buttery biscuit.
Yeah, put something in the pot. Love it.
Yeah. On that note, I do have to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I know often we do a little story afterwards, but unfortunately not. So, John, I'll let you shout out everyone first. But first of all, I'd just like to thank Adam for coming out tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, brother.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's awesome to see you guys. It's been too long, and hopefully soon we can get together on the dock and crack a bush light.
A couple of Michelobes and a couple of tunes.
Yeah.
I know. I can't wait to jam again, man. I really am excited for it. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to.
Yep. It's around the corner.